Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. What a day. The Kitties steal one in Seattle, Toronto, and the Dodgers. Did Cubs-Brewers even happen? It did for Milwaukee. Let's talk ball. Gabe Spire.
Oh, McKinstry.
Oh, no. McKinsko. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. Make sure you use code JMPlayoffs, 10% off your playoff tickets. And our special playoff edition of Talkin' Baseball is presented by T-Mobile. However you watch the game, if you stream it, if you're looking up stats, Trev has so many stats and notes today. The magenta status, wherever your fandom takes you with T-Mobile, head over to T-Mobile.com/network. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco's here. Dalton's updating the sheet live. And we got the live chat going. We are so back. Rolling off an extra inning. Kitties take one in Seattle. Coach Trev, how are you doing? Saturday night?
Saturday night. I watched 5 games today. Everyone else here watched 4. I watched 5. I watched a soccer game in the morning. The Cal Stars got dominated. It's not a big deal. That's Isla's soccer team. A lot of good ball. Well, actually, some really bad ball, for being honest. And then some really good ball.
Okay.
But I'm excited to dive into it. I mean, Seattle, it's a tough one. How many pitchers threw in that game? A zillion.
A lot.
Can't wait for you to name them all in succession without looking at a sheet.
Well, I did write down all of the Tigers pitchers on a sheet because I got some burns ready. We're going to go through the series. We're going reverse Cronpod, I think.
He's always Cater Montero.
It was always Cater Montero. Trev had it first, people.
Oh
Let's relive what just happened in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We got a Tiger sighting in Seattle as Troy Boy Melton would try to record a win, while George Kirby would try to super smash Detroit's dreams. Scoreless into the 4th. Julio leaves the schoolyard. J-Rod puts Seattle up 1-0. Top 5, Carrie Jesus was a carpenter, as Detroit can taste a 2-1 lead, but Julio is a man-child. Second RBI hit like a good night out. We're tied up at 2. Buenos Cantos, we're heading to the 11th. McKinsko. Zach has Detroit fans torqued up as Spencer scores the winning run. Melton to Herder to Montero to Holton to Canely to Finnegan to Vest to Trev's Cater Montero. Kitty steal game 1, 3-2 final.
Beautiful, beautiful pop. Standings for this series. The Tigers 1-0. The Mariners 0-1.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I have a good burn line in the Dodgers-Phillies series. Stay tuned for that, everyone. Trev, this was, okay, if we were going to Chris Rose this shit and we were going to take our show seriously and prepare questions and all that, if we did whose game 1 was the most important to win, I think there's an argument Seattle, just because Scooble game 2 and Scooble game 5. Seattle now has to win 3 out of 4, and 2 of those games would be Scooble games and 2 in Detroit. This is a tough loss for a stadium that was rocking the first playoff homer in Seattle since 2001. What are we doing, Coach Trev?
Some of the statistics I saw during that broadcast were unbelievable. That one, it's insane. 2001 last homer. And then you get, we talk about Kerry Carpenter's homer, 5 for 11 with 5 homers against George Kirby. Why is George Kirby still in the game?
First base open, Trev. That's a mistake.
Why? They were double barreled, Jake.
I know.
You could have, closed your eyes and said, pick someone else. You're going to leave a guy that already had 4 homers? And he got a neck ball. Put it on the seats.
That's insane. That's insane. With first base open, it's completely inexcusable. And
it truly is I'm not going to call it a bonehead manager move, but it's a bonehead manager move, isn't it?
I think you can say that.
I think I just said it twice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, then that's, if you missed that on the way through, Kerry Carpenter has 5 hits against George Kirby. They are all home runs.
In 11 at-bats.
That's insane. You cannot let that guy come close to deciding the game. And it obviously is the difference in this. And, dude, how about Troy Melton for the Tigers? We didn't know how they were going to get through this game. He gives them 4 with 1 earned run on the Julio homer, which, again, the way that stadium was rocking was sick. But after that, it becomes a bullpen game in Detroit, which had some fears of their bullpen coming into this. Montero was brutal, but he faces the minimum and gets out of there. That Herter, Holton, Canely, Finnegan, Vest, Montero, they combined to only give up 2 hits. And then that's brutal for Seattle because if I start talking about their bullpen, they only gave up 1, and it was the game-losing hit. Tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone's like, you got to be ready to go tomorrow. Look, it's no matter what, like some of these guys are going to have to throw. We went through 15 pitchers in tonight's game. So, strap it back on. You got to be ready. I don't know, man. There was some, if you go up and down the game, okay, top 3, Glaber has a double down the right field line. Carpenter up, doesn't bunt. He's not going to bunt, but doesn't, especially against a guy like Kirby, but like pull the ball, move him over. Wasted opportunity for the Tigers there. Julio puts him ahead. Naylor almost goes back to back in the bottom 4th right there. But Melton, like he started to settle down a little bit. And you mentioned him. He threw 58 pitches. That's the most since July 27th. He started a few games in July before kind of transitioning into that like swing role that he's been in. So like a valiant, amazing effort by him. I think you got to start there and tip the cap to him because, he gave them 4 strong innings, 4 Ks, only 1 walk. And the only blemish is the homer to Julio. So that's like real deal soldier stuff right there. I know we had to use a bunch more pitchers, but to get 4 innings out of him, I don't think that Hinch had dreamed that up at all. He probably was hoping for maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most, but to get that many pitches and innings out of him was huge. But that Carpenter homer was, I don't understand why you're pitching to him. 0-2, great. Doesn't matter. The numbers suggest he shouldn't even have a chance to swing the bat right there. Like I said, you're double barrel in the bullpen. First base is open. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, man, we rarely, during the regular season, we rarely know how much to talk about managers. Dan Wilson today, a manager we haven't talked about a lot, a manager that's gotten good love when you have talked about him because Seattle won the division. And again, if you go through their postseason history, it is slim. But that is one that it's him and George Kirby. Like George Kirby, you got to know in your head. And like George Kirby's walking away saying I threw a pitch that was, 6 inches above the zone. But that, Trev, you know better than anyone, if a guy has your number in this sport, like you see weird stats all the time that you're like, wait, Enrique Wilson hits Pedro? Kerry Carpenter hits bombs off of George Kirby. And that would be killing me if I was a Mariners fan. Killing me. I guess what else needs to be covered in this game? It went quiet for a little while. There was that deep Naylor flyout right after the Julio homer that Troy Melton shows he's got a smile on the mound like, geez, where am I right now? I'm trying to think what other moments or significant plays went down.
We talk about the Baez double play, which was huge.
Yeah.
I thought there was separation between the ball in his glove, but there wasn't really a definitive angle. They actually said they confirmed that he was out. So maybe I missed the angle that they saw the ball connected to his glove while he touched. Who did he get right there?
That was Julio, man. That was kind of,
yeah.
And we were, it was Waino and Pierzynski in the booth, which we kind of couldn't tell them apart. And B, we actually liked it because those are 2 guys that they are who they are. That, a lot of broadcasters dance around things. He's like, that's bad base running by Julio. And it is. Like, you can't get out there.
The number one thing you're taught there is do not let the shortstop or the second baseman tag you.
And
can't.
Again, like when he starts coming down to players and matchups on the field, that's Javi Baez still. there was a lot of jokes about his hitting for years. I know that's been different and has felt different this postseason. But that's El Mago with the glove, and we saw him make a couple nice plays.
I got something right
Sure.
before that. Cal hits a ball in the gap. There's no effort there by Meadows.
Oh, yeah. What was that? We all looked at each other like, did we miss something? Why did he just give up that free base?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on. We saw that a couple times today with the outfielders and the questionable effort, and maybe he didn't see it off the bat, whatever it was, but he seemed pretty damn close to it. To not even attempt like a dive or anything like that. I know Randy was already on first base, so maybe you don't want to give up an extra base hit, want to keep it in front of you. Maybe that was a thought process, but how would you just go catch the thing?
Yeah.
Like that was my thought process. That's then Julio inside outs one to make it 2-2 and then there was the double play. But yeah, after that, I mean, essentially it was the bullpens going to war. My guy JP had a warning track fly ball off Finnegan in the bottom of the 8th that I thought maybe he got. I was rooting for that one to get out. I thought when Cal got on there in the bottom of the 8th, I was thinking to myself, is there any pinch run scenario at all? Tie game. Like, you can't take Cal out of the game.
No.
But I was just thinking, like, is there any scenario? If he gets to third base with less than 2 outs, do you pinch run for him? Like, I don't think you do.
I don't think so. I think that guy doesn't come out of the game if I'm Dan Wilson.
Yeah, but after that, Jake, it was just straight up Munoz in, he drops it on the table or on the mound. Vest in, he drops it on the mound, and then Vargas gives it up. McKinstry off the end of the bat, and then Cater, top of the lineup. Cater just goes through it.
It's going to be interesting. Tomorrow, I believe it's going to be Luis Castillo taking the pill against Tarek Skubal, which. And Trev, you mentioned, relievers, everyone off day coming up, and, Munoz throws 2 innings for the first time since 2019. Like, it's all hands on deck. Hey, for the Tigers, the last time I saw Skubal, he gave the ball to the closer. So, scary hours for Seattle, man. Like, that is probably the last person still in these playoffs that you want to see on the mound, having lost your home field advantage in game 1. And if you're the Tigers, you have to be from where they were a week ago, Trev. We just blew the worst divisional lead ever. Are we going to the playoffs? We lost the division. To now, they beat the Guardians, who caught them. Fuck them. Sorry, kids. It's late. We're live. And now it's advantage Tigers the rest of the way.
Absolutely. You stole this game, and now you got Scoobs on the mound. I love this stat on the sheet. Didn't know this. McKinstry is the first Tigers batter with a go-ahead hit in extra innings in the postseason since
Alan
Delman Young.
Delman Young.
In
Down
2012.
Wow. Hey, we got some super chats because we're live. Thank you to P Shark 65 and Jesse. Appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate everyone tuning in for all our postseason action.
Is that Delman hit in Baltimore, hanging curveball?
I'm thinking of the Baltimore one.
It's got to be.
Yankees.
Okay, yeah, because maybe that wasn't in extras then.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
no, that was just rowdy. Well, more Delman Young history coming up. Let's see. Trev, maybe you like this, maybe you won't. I'd like to see more small ball tomorrow. A lot of homer swings today against tough pitching that, especially, that Tigers lineup. And when Seattle comes to the ballpark yesterday, what the hell was that? When Seattle comes to the ballpark tomorrow, they only have 2 guys that got hits in the postseason. It's Cal and it's Julio. Nobody else got a hit. That's a tough feeling to walk away from when this is a different Seattle team. And you got Randy's history, and Polanco put a couple good swings on balls. Eugenio, they need help. And how about both AL MVPs are just singles hitters now, huh? What's that about?
So. Yeah.
Let's reverse Crown Pod. Head to Philly. We are going to Philadelphia. Showtime as Ohtani and the Dodgers face that 7-foot MFer Chris Sanchez and the Phils. Bottom two, nobody called anybody a JT. As Real Muto triples into Philly hot, Harrison Bader adds a sac fly. It's 3-0 Phils until the 6-7 innings. Akike in the nuts from Hernandez, and Teoscar gets grouchy. 3-run homer with a tip of the cap to Strom. It's 5-3 Dodgers, and look who's coming out of the pen. Glasnow, Vesia, Sasaki. Bryson Stott has a chance to be a hero, but it was Teo's day as LA gets game 1, 5-3 final.
Dodgers 1-0. Phillies 0-1. What a freaking turnaround for Teoscar.
Right?
Because you're talking about lack of effort in the outfield. When he let that ball go by him, I audibly gasped and was like, what just happened?
Trev, that was shocking.
What was that?
Teo, we know you're in the game for what you did later, but we gotta give me anything, right?
A
soccer slide?
I mean, look, Shohei was already laboring.
Yeah.
So many pitches over the middle. Like, he had, I don't know if he was too amped up or whatever it was. I mean, look, that is as center cut as it gets. Then he just pulled the shoot right there. What was that?
I know Andy's going to get it.
Andy's over here somewhere. And then Andy's like, oh, I got to go get that ball. What happened right there?
That's crazy.
I mean, you got JT, they said on the broadcast, third oldest catcher to have a triple in the playoffs. Who gets those stats?
Yeah.
Like, for real, dude. That's like an AI made up stat.
John Boy Dalton disciples, you know?
It's unbelievable, dude.
They get lost in it. Yeah, man. I mean, the Teoscar experience from seeing that to seeing him hit the 3-run homer, significant part. Matty Strom, who comes in, and we've seen him in a lot of big moments for this Phillies team. One of the clearer you can see in his glove and see what pitch is coming. Andy Pages has the arm up, which that's how a lot of teams like to signal it. And Teoscar drives one deep right center field. 92 with a lot of plate, and if that guy knows what's coming, that's a really bad formula.
Yeah, it's just, you can't let that happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about giving the sign right there and having that happen to you in the postseason. I mean, that's just like, it's a bad look is what it is.
And I mean, in a 5-game set against those guys, like,
you're up 3-0. You have to bury the Dodgers. Yeah. Like, you have to bury. But the problem was Shohei started to settle down and it was nasty after that.
Yeah, Shohei. There's a cut scene of him. Where he was coming to the plate and he was like dripping sweat, and I was like, "Damn, he's the starting pitcher."
Dude, he was amped up. I think that's what it was, getting away from him a little bit in the early innings. But like I said, he started to settle down there and started to make some really, really good pitches. But yeah, if you're the Phillies, I mean, whatever you got to do, you got to start to scrape more and more runs, and then you just can't tell them what pitch is coming.
Yeah, that's a really, really bad recipe. Ohtani accounts for 13 strikeouts if you count his hitting. I think, Trev, I'd say the other big part of this story is the Dodgers bullpen that we've talked about a lot. And Alex Vesia, part of that Dodgers bullpen, had a good year for them. One of the better lefties pitching in this postseason. What maybe we were too blind of, Tyler Glasnow comes out for 1.2. So, we don't consider him the bullpen normally, but here he is. And Roki Sasaki is now on the back end with another clean inning. That this Dodgers depth, we might have been doing a lot of, you come into the postseason and you don't know what's going to happen, and you're like, what if these Padres get hot at the right time? What if this is Milwaukee's October? You see what the Dodgers did tonight, and you're like, we were worried about their bullpen, and here's Glasnow and Sasaki. I don't know.
Let me ask you this, because I was watching this game, and I think I had both games on. I don't know if I had the the noise going of the Dodgers one, because in that top of the 7 before Teo hits the homer, Pies has the single, Will Smith gets hit by the pitch. Strom comes in, but Shohei doesn't get the pitches tipped to him because he struck out. He was 0 for 4 with 4 Ks at that point. And then Mookie flies out to third base. Was it just like he saw it out of nowhere? Were they talking about that on the broadcast?
Not that I heard, not that we heard. So yeah, I don't know if there was more of that going on, or
yeah, I want to go back. We should go back and look and see if he extended the arm to and during any of the other at bats. Sure, like didn't seem like he did.
And I mean, skim passes pretty quickly because of Teoscar's outfield play and that one swing. Kike, man, what? How does he keep getting away with this? Like, it's insane. The Jolly Olive video on Kike Hernandez in 4 years is going to absolutely slap.
Once you have success and you start to tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm supposed to have success in this situation. Similar to like when you have a pitcher you see really well, you just have to tell yourself, I'm going to get a hit no matter what. Like this guy can't beat me. Kike in the postseason is like, oh yeah, I'm that guy. Like I am him in the postseason, and he has been, dude. He has been. It's wild, man.
I think he racked up .1 WAR this year and 256 plate appearances. And you know what, Trev? I hope stuff like experience matters, because this was his 89th postseason game. 267 plate appearances in the October coming into today with an 882 OPS. And it's not like cooked. It's 286, 357, a 525 slug. Like, he is just a balanced, amazing ball player who's played every position. And, you know, something I appreciate, he keeps the game sexy as possible.
He does it in his own way, too.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Not like a typical sexy guy type thing, man. He's got the glasses on. He's got the hair is always different depending on the year.
Always different.
Yeah.
Man, Phillies, that's tough. Chris Sanchez looked really good. Kike has that one hit. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's backbreaking. But that's tough. You can't, in a 5-game set, you can't really blow games to this Dodgers team.
Just went back. Sorry, Pages only lifted his arm twice, and it was just on the pitch before that whole inning.
I'm curious. I would love to know if he actually was signaling anything, or if that was just like a random situation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everyone has jumped there because the still freeze frame image is one of the clearer ones you can see.
He does it twice in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, typically if you're in a situation, and they probably know from advanced scouting, hey, Strom, like from this angle, you might be able to see. So you have to give some sort of signal to the batter, like, hey, like I got something.
Right.
So whatever the heck that is. And most teams, maybe they're starting to do that now with all the different angles that we have, all the advanced scouting, and they're trying to do that as much as possible. So maybe these teams now have one universal sign, like I got the signs. Typically, like I would go up to the guys that are in back of me, that are hitting behind me, and I'd be like, hey, if I pull my jersey like this, check me out, I got something. You know, but if the way teams are approaching getting tells from pitchers now, it wouldn't surprise me if the Dodgers had some sort of universal sign saying, okay, check me out, I got something. And here it is. You know, like that could have happened. It also could have just been a random coincidence, because that was also a meatball up and away.
Yeah, right. Like if it was a wipeout slider that Teoscar got to, or but yeah, it's 92 and up, lefty to righty, to another guy with some great postseason moments in Teoscar Hernandez. Let's see. We get the off day in the National League tomorrow, so we won't be seeing them. Phillies have now lost 4 of their last 5 at the bank, which for a little bit there kind of was the gnarliest place to play in the National League, I think. And again, it's not a must-win game, but if you go to LA and they just need to win one ball game, it feels like a pretty tough task for the Phillies.
We did not get. Oh, we did get Duran Shohei
Yeah,
walk.
Duran.
Good for him. We did not get Roki Harper.
No, Harper.
But-
Harper got the last hit off glass now.
Real quick before we move on, there was a sequence. It was a Shohei versus Harper round 3. He had struck him out once before. The sequence went curveball, fastball, split curveball. That last curveball, unhittable.
Yeah.
Unhittable. These are unbelievable matchups, man.
It's when that Phillies lineup flips, when that Dodgers lineup flips, and I think it felt questionable at the time. Castellanos pinch hit for Bader, but it turns out Bader was banged up with a groin strain, and that gets interesting for Philly a little bit because Kepler goes out to center field after Edmundo Sosa pinch hits. Marsh is kind of now their center fielder, I guess, and he's kind of always been platoon, and it's going to be Snell. So Phillies have some interesting kind of moves going around while having to face Blake Snell and the Dodgers on Monday.
Yeah, and Bader's obviously been one of their better hitters since coming over, and he plays a great outfield defense, and he almost pumped Shohei on that sac fly. I thought he got him right there.
Yeah.
I think it was sweeper. Had a good swing on the first one, then got the barrel to the second one, but just was out in front of it. That's a big loss if he's going to be out the rest of the series. That's a huge loss for the Phillies.
Changes their recipe. If you like left-handed pitching, Snell Luzardo on Monday night. And I know you mentioned it with Shohei stuff. What Sasaki, dude, he threw a high splitter. That's just as a hitter, you're not trained to hit that pitch.
Not at all.
That's a pitch heading upwards to you, and ends up in the upper right quadrant of the zone. You see Real Muto, just not much for that. There's 101. A lot of 101s this postseason.
There was a lot of 100-mile-an-hour pitches.
What are we doing, man? What happened? And why are these pitchers getting hurt? Got robbed. Hey, we got more super chats. Normally not here for this. Fresh Crimps, Jordan Ramirez, everyone tuning in. We appreciate you guys so much. And I guess our traditional super chats come from our partners. So we'd like to thank Corona people. It's postseason baseball time. That means it's Corona season. The only thing that pairs better than Corona and baseball, Corona and limes. Get the limes, people. Take care of yourself. Whether it's game 1 of the season, game 1 of the postseason, a game 7, there's no big game moment that's complete without a Corona in hand. The cerveza that brings everyone together so you can enjoy every inning, every pitch, and savor every last drop of the postseason. Grab some limes. Spend your postseason like you're on La Playa. Corona, La Playa awaits, the official cerveza of MLB. Get yours at ordercorona.com. 21 plus, relax responsibly. Corona Extra Pure, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby, as Kevin Gossman takes on Luis to see who's king of the heel between Toronto and New York. What's your name? Who's your Vladdy? Can he hit like me? Junior goes yard in the first, and Captain Kirk is on a Star Trek this postseason. It's 2-0 after 2 solo shots. Yanks get their first shot in the 6th. Bases loaded, Bellinger walk. But Judge and Stanton strike out, and then Dreamweaver's nightmare continues. The Jays score 4 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th. It's a rout in the 6th. Gossman, Varland, Sir Anthony, Little, and Hoffman. Jays win 10-1 final.
Jays 1-0, Yankees 0-1. We got to talk about it, Big Daddy. We got to talk about this game.
I'd like to get our quick Twins talk that we get in every episode. Screw you
Louis
guys.
V.
Screw your guys for trading Louis Varland to them. That was gross.
Where's he's throwing 100 miles an hour.
That
out of
was a
nowhere now.
101
Yeah.
with a 90 mile per hour knuckle curve. Show that to the modern 1997 baseball fan.
He's also a trained wrestler, so he'll take you and put you on the ground. He would take Stanton and put him down.
That was 90 was Aaron Seeley's fastball. He looked gross. He outmatched Stanton in that at bat.
He's one of those guys, Louis is, very nice, but if you just are around him, you know that he could also just kill you.
Yeah, he's got a good reliever, just kind of little rock on the mound. Like, yeah, I might be a little nuts, man. Might just be a little fucking crazy.
Just
Second
a little
curse.
nuts.
We're sorry. Vlad and Kirk, they hit the 2 solo shots in the first 2 innings. Heel didn't look great. He's had a funky year. Coming off of injury, he missed half the season. That he doesn't really have a second pitch. Kind of all his pitches kind of blend together. That Vladdy takes him up top. You're starting to realize he's not long for this game. But some guys arise from the Yankees bullpen. Tim Hill and Camilo Doval, who had been out of the Yankees' good graces a little bit, with 3 clean innings that you're sitting there. Toronto had essentially dominated the game. It's 2-0. They load the bases in the 6th inning. And Aaron Judge, man, it's a weird conversation. We did it on Talkin' Yanks. He's having a good postseason, one of the most unjudging strikeouts you'll ever see. The guy doesn't expand the zone a lot. And 3-2 to Gossman, he does. And then Varland comes in with that very impressive strikeout of Stanton. But that was really the Yankees' opportunity in this game, and they cash in a Bellinger walk, which it's going to start getting loud about the Yankees' offense. That 1 inning that won against Boston was basically 1 inning of bad defense by the Red Sox, and they won Game 2. A ball went off Jarren Duran's glove. Otherwise, we're telling a much different story.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to Judge. I don't want to get there just yet. I think we need to give snaps to Gossman.
Yes.
Started the game off really, really hot. 9 of his first 10 batters, first pitch strikes. He had a 4-pitch top of the 3rd.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, talk about helping you out a ton there. And then Vladdy, I mean, look, you got to have your stars be stars.
Yeah.
And Vladdy hadn't hit a homer in a month. All of a sudden, he hits a freaking majestic shot. And then Kirk backs him up. 2-0, kind of felt like that wasn't going to be enough. Like we thought the Yankees for sure would have some sort of runs in them, and they got that 6th inning up there. Volpe has been a stud.
Yeah.
And I DM'd you
Volpe.
something about Volpe today, and I
Yeah,
said I'm
you
back
did.
on this guy.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I'm back on him. Takes the 0-2 slider to the right center field wall. Austin Wells hits it, gets a base hit. Trent Grisham walks. Judge comes up. And they were talking about it, and Smoltz said it on the broadcast. There was a 3-2 pitch, I believe. Yeah. So 3-2 pitch, and it was the 4-seamer in from Gossman, 97. And Judge got beat by it.
Yeah.
It was off the plate, but he got beat by it. And next pitch is that splitter that he swings and misses at. And it's down away, not a strike at all, but the hip went.
Yeah.
The hip went, and he committed to a swing and just had no chance at it. And it was set up by that 3-2 fastball. If that's a ballsy pitch for Gossman.
Yeah.
If you leave that pitch over the plate, it could be 4-2. But instead, you get it in there, and he fouls it off, and the next pitch comes back, that splitter down and away, and he's geared up for the heater. Watch the hip. It's gone. I mean, that's the next pitch. But it's good sequencing right there. I mean, his hip's all the way to third base right there. But, Louis V came in, did a really good job. Kirk again, they had a really good story. Did you hear the story about the scout that signed him? What he was saying?
No.
You guys are probably, yeah. So the scout went down to Mexico, and he was scouting a different catcher.
Sure.
But he said, okay, this guy's great, but I got this other guy, and I want to sign him, but I want you guys to not call me when you see him get off the bus. Call me after you see him hit.
Like
And that's obviously his tool. He doesn't look like the prototypical
Right.
Major League Baseball player, but 2-time All-Star, 2 homers against the Yankees in a playoff game. It's a beautiful story, and it's one of the reasons I love baseball is the fact that literally any body type can play it.
That's still my favorite line in his scouting report was some players break the mold. And he's doing that. An amazing final game of the season that goes down in Toronto history, an amazing start to the postseason. Yeah, the Yankees beef ain't doing it right now around Judge. Trent Grisham, Belly, Rice, and Stanton really haven't brought much to the table. Luke Weaver is now out.
Has he faced 6 batters and all 6 of them have reached? Is that what it
He
is?
sure has.
Okay.
He sure
I thought
has.
that was the case.
So yeah, credit to Toronto. It was Blue Jay ball. They had some tough at bats. Santander, he has 1 hit, but he had like a 9-pitch battle. They had 2 diving catches in the outfield that were really nice plays.
Yeah.
This Blue Jays team, and shout out, we're still debating how is the layoff too long, what's going on. The 2 Toronto and Milwaukee put on shows today that shows, I don't know. I think it depends just what you do on the field at a certain point.
And I think people also question Toronto's bullpen, coming in. Is that going to be? It has been up and down throughout the season. I think everybody worries about their bullpen. Everybody does, man, except for the Padres,
right?
And maybe the Mariners. I think they like their bullpen as well. But you find the guys that can get the job done. Louis V is going to be a high leverage guy for them throughout the postseason. That's for sure. But really wasn't needed after that bottom of the 7th. They blow the game open, and I stopped taking notes after that. After the bottom of the 8th, when Kirk hit the homer, I told you guys my last line on my notes is it's a bloodbath.
Yeah, I know. I think he's one of your pitching buddies or fishing buddies, Paul Blackburn. He's a little bit of a white flag for the Yankees. Hey, went out there and threw some bullets. We appreciate
fishing
you,
buddy.
Did you fish with him? No, that wasn't Paul Blackburn.
No, what?
Who was your fish? You had Florida spring training. You had a journeyman pitcher who was one of your
Anthony Swarzak, Swizzle Sticks.
Not Swizzle. There's another pitcher that I was shocked you were friends with that you have a fishing story about. Sick, dude.
Great.
Subscribe to the podcast if you like other anecdotes like that. You're gonna love the show.
What are you even talking about right now?
Blue Jays 5 for 10 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that was a well-rounded game by the Blue Jays, and that's kind of their MO. That's what we've always talked about. The roster is a good roster.
Yeah.
There's not many holes in their roster.
Hey, can I tell you something? A genuine question, because we're salty Yankee fans who are live streaming, and congrats Toronto, blah blah blah. Max Fried, go get him tomorrow. Vladdy, 3-0 pitch, swings, sack fly. He gives a really big fist pump after he hit it.
I'm looking if I have this in my notes.
I don't know. It registered on the corny meter just a little bit. Because if you're swinging at a 3-0 fastball, here it is. You're up 5-1 at that point. You're trying to do serious damage that, I don't know. We were in sad, salty mode at that point that I wasn't fully able to process it, and I'd love your opinion.
He got the job done.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
And when you're sitting there, and he's like, okay, there's a base open, wasn't there? 2nd and 3rd?
Yeah.
In your mind, you're like, are they intentionally walking me? I'm going to be ready for something right here. So he's probably in between, they're just trying to walk me, but if I get one, I'm going to try to put a swing on it. So we got the job done.
Okay.
That's that. Yes, salty Yankee take.
Genuinely checking.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that you.
I was in fan
that.
mode.
Yeah,
I was in fan mode. Still in between about it. Oh, here we go.
How dare he put his team up by 5 runs?
I didn't say that. I let the record show.
That's exactly what you did on the live stream.
That's exactly what I did. Me and Felipe. Game 2 tomorrow, 4 p.m., I believe.
What do we got for pitchers?
We got
I know Max Fried. Is it Bieber?
You Savage.
You Savage is going game 2. That's how many starts does he have? 3?
Yeah, I think 14 innings. So yeah, that's interesting. I mean, they get him in front of the home crowd in Toronto instead of on the road at the stadium. That might have been part of the thought process. And
yes,
you got Bieber for that. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how he looks like. Highest release point in the majors. He's got that wipeout. Another split guy. Is he going to feel the moment? And if you're the Yankees, some of the few wins out of this is that Bednar has been used a lot lately. That he gets another day off. Devin Williams. That if you're the Yankees, your plan is that 3 guys potentially touch the baseball tomorrow in Fried, Devin Williams, and Bednar. And we'll see what that looks like. Where the Blue Jays hold home serve, and they played that brand of Blue Jay baseball that it was really tough to beat.
Quickly, before we move on, before the game, I saw the quote from Schneider about Max Scherzer not being on the roster. He doesn't match up well with the Yankees. If it was the Red Sox, he might have been on the roster. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what that means. Is that just...
Did Max Scherzer... Has he killed somebody?
Ever? Recently?
Like when he got told he wasn't on the roster.
I'm guessing Max Scherzer's at a pretty cool point where like he's...
I don't think Max Scherzer has a cool point. I don't know if you've ever been around Max Scherzer.
Conversation.
There's no cooling down, dude.
I wouldn't say cooling down. It feels like he's definitely leaned into the mentor role a little bit in Toronto. And like, dude, some of his stuff with the players union is pretty cool when he like leads those meetings, but it's exactly what you're saying.
He does that because he wants to kill the other side.
He likes to scare people.
He is scary.
He is scary. He would scare me. Game 2 tomorrow. Let's see what the kids got. Let's see if Max Fried can build his playoff legacy. And you can go see if you're in the Great North. Why don't you download SeatGeek? Today's episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. The baseball playoffs are rolling. You know that if you're here. Football. There's going to be some NFL action tomorrow. Set your lineup. And it's concert season. Billie Eilish on tour. Yep. MLB's official ticket marketplace is SeatGeek, and they're giving you a discount. 10% off any tickets with code JMPlayoffs. 28 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Green means good. Red means bad. You know how to use the app. Download SeatGeek. Code JMPlayoffs. 10% off. 10% off any tickets with promo code JMPlayoffs. Last one. Milwaukee. Algonquin for the good place. As we get ready for some NL Central action with Pat Murphy and the Beer Makers taking on former manager Craig Counsell and the Baby Bears. Top 1, hey, there's nothing wrong with a little Busch. Michael's leadoff homer put Chicago up 1-0, but it's happy hour in Wisconsin. Triple the doubles to get it started. Boyd doesn't make it out of the first as the Brewers snag a 6-pack in the first. 3 more in the second as Doppelganger Durbin and Chirrio's 3rd RBI in as many plate appearances. It's 9-1. This is my crew. Peralta with a strong 5.2, 2 earned runs to Ashby to Koenig to Mears. Brewers win 9-3 final.
1-0. 1-0 Brewers, 0-1 Cubs. What do you mean by there's nothing wrong with a little Busch? What does that even mean?
I don't know. A lot of people like different stuff, and if your maintenance levels are good. Michael Busch, highest OPS on the Cubs this year. There's a lot of ways to interpret that.
Michael Busch is like, you know what, guys? I was trying to be a hero, and nobody remembers I hit a homer to lead the series.
Yeah,
off.
Right?
Nobody remembers that. Thanks a lot.
Last leadoff homer in the playoffs since your guy Dexter Fowler, Game 7 of the World Series, 2016.
I remember that homer, yeah.
That's a big
It
deal.
was me. It was Dex. It was Devonta Adams. It was Matthew Stafford playing catch.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Coach, this was ridiculous.
9-1 early, Trev.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
They were swinging early. They were swinging often for a team that doesn't necessarily do that. And they were all when Yelich came up, I think there was 3 hits in a row already.
Yeah.
I could tell in his head, he was like, I think I need to swing first pitch no matter what. And he was like, but also, like, I don't know if I should, like, and he did. It was a ball. You knew they had a game plan going in after that.
Well, dude, and you brought up manager quotes before. Craig Counsell before the game says Pat Murphy tells those guys not to swing, and they come out and just rip them apart. After
Counsell needs to stop.
After he puts out Boyd on short rest, which that's feeling like not the play. And then, yeah, I mean, if you're a Cubs fan, if there's any, well, I guess you're okay with them hitting it to Dansby too, but Nico Horner error, like that's.
Yeah, it was not the Cubs' day.
It was not the Cubs' day. I don't know, maybe it's the early start. Maybe Milwaukee was rowdy. But yeah, 9-1 in the site. I don't know what kind of analysis we can really, really hammer home.
I got a couple things.
Great.
Aaron Savale, as you know, was on the Brewers, requested a trade, goes to the Cubs. Bittersweet day for him, right? Because your team just gets blown up, but you end up, I think he won like 4 1/3, no runs. Yeah. So you're like stoked on your outing.
How many?
But also you just got beat 9-1.
How many?
9-3.
If you were saying how thick Aaron Savale is, how many C's?
3.
Yeah, it's I think Jimmy said knees to nips. He's a wide body.
Knees to nips.
I know that. I knew that'd get you.
And then the other thing is, look, it's all fun and dandy. You're up 1-0. You beat the brakes off your crosstown rival. Pat Murphy's laughing, doing whatever he does. But Churio, like, that's bad. You went to get an MRI on the hamstring. If you have to go get an MRI on it, that means like you pulled it. But what was weird about that is when they showed the replay of him running down the first base and he was sniffing his third hit, infield knock. So you're trying to get down as quickly as possible to first base. He never reached for his hamstring, which if you ever pull the hamstring, the first thing you do is your arm goes down to your hamstring. He never did that. So maybe I'm contradicting myself now by saying he went and got an MRI, something has to be wrong. But if you don't, I've never seen anybody pull a muscle and not reach for it right away. And he didn't do that. So I don't know. Maybe he did avoid it. I don't know, Jake.
Yeah, it's tricky because he's 21 years old. So you never know where the brilliance of youth meets the craziness of youth. And he
wasn't limping at all. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's always a weird thing for me because did he feel anything and it just taking a second? Did he actually do something? I never know where the line is with player injuries in this situation.
In my experience with soft tissue stuff, even if you feel like you got it before it actually popped on you, it's only a matter of time now, unless you can take a week off, which he can't.
Right.
I mean, maybe the day helps, and I'm sure they'll take him. He'll run before the game on Tuesday or whenever the hell it is, Monday, and try to give it a go. But if he's lost, that's a big one for them.
Yeah, amazing game today. Obviously, all the talent in the world, and yeah, he's plays center field or the corners for the Brewers. You wonder if center field is out of play, and you wonder if that changes their lineups a little bit, or. With the off day, the day after, is Churio maybe a pinch hitting role tomorrow to make sure? But yeah, you can be asking serious questions if you lose a tight game on Monday, or actually they have the off day, National League, so he gets an extra. Yeah, they get an extra.
When's their next game? Is it Tuesday?
Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. I had forgot. I forgot the NL's doing the extra day, so you get an extra day to see if there's some funny business. So obviously a developing story for them. And the continued story for the Cubs is how are they going to get 9 innings? And, game 2, rumored to be Shota. Is that after an opener? Does he get the pill? But we're in a big juggling act with Chicago.
I think I forgot to bring this up last time about Shota's last start, and how he got left in. Who hit the homer off him? Manny.
Yeah.
And Council's response to that was, I have a lot of faith in Shota. I trust my guy. But they had an opener.
Right.
So you don't trust him that much. I thought about that. I was like, wait a minute. You can't say you trust your guys, but I don't trust you enough to get through the first 3 guys of the lineup.
Right. We're gonna put a reliever in a position they've never been in. Over you.
Yeah, the Cubs they're in an interesting spot, man. They got to bang their way out of this, and I don't know if they got that right now. Not against the Brewers pitching.
Yeah, and that's the other interesting thing for Monday is that the Brewers are going to be up to Brew Crew funny business that they haven't named a starter, and they've got I'm assuming we're going to see Mizorowski in some form in this game because you want to see what the kid's got, and you'd rather do that at home than on the road at Wrigley, I'd think. Quinn Priester is lined up for the start, and he's had a nice year that you'd think that would be the start of it, but they can mess around a little bit.
I can't believe that game turned out the way it did.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, as baseball playoff Saturday and people are messing around with their routines and it's 3 p.m. on the East Coast and it's 9-1 and you're just like, well, all right, let me get ready for the Blue Jays to wax my Yanks.
Peralta looked pretty good.
Yeah. Nine strikeouts ties a Brewers playoff career high. So snaps for Freddie P. He's a dude. He should be mentioned more.
Yeah.
When you name
especially after settling down, first batter hits a homer off you settle down.
Yeah, he whenever we do the best starting pitchers kind of around the playoffs, it's like, oh yeah, Freddie Peralta. When it should be, yeah, Freddie Peralta can go toe to toe with anyone. That's kind of where I'm at on that. Anything else on the day, Coach? Anything else we missed?
I don't think we missed anything. We covered it all.
Not a thing. I'm sure the comments won't say anything.
We had Dalton sent the stat on the first game winners in the Division Series with the current 2-2-1 format. Teams to win game 1 on the road have advanced 34 of 46 times. So that's good for the Tigers and the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's good informative stat on kind of what I was trying to say last episode about Game 4 is an elimination game, and I just kind of barfed on my own shirt with that.
No, but you were right.
I'm right. It was just nothing. I didn't bring anything to the table.
That happens sometimes.
And
dude, we talk so much ball.
In the postseason, you got to wear it, and let's go get the next one.
Yeah. Well, you think I'm going to hang my head on this show? I'm not.
No, not us.
No.
Not us, pal. I think are you good for tomorrow night?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you think? This is my time. This is when I shine, even as a player.
It's postseason.
That's a lie. I lied to you guys right there.
You would have, and we all know it.
We all
know it. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Share with a friend. We'll be doing it tomorrow night after the AL tips it up again.
Jake sucks.
Shout out Rob. Shout out Dahl. Sad Ryan Cohen was still floating around. D. Mize with a final super chat. Oh, Padres.
Thanks, guys. I sent you a pic at a Diet Coke and a glass of wine at the same time.
Yeah.
Wasn't great.
Not a great mix.
No.
It's a little sad.